And then what made you, well, not made you, but like how did then you transition into, I guess, movies in a sense?
All right. It was almost like that, cliche, you go to Canada, get a deal shit. It kind of happened that way. Crossed the border, got on stage first night in the big little theater they got. That's the main stage for the whole Just for Laughs festival. And there was agents just lousy in the crowd. One of them came up to me, and she was hotsy-totsy. She was from Beverly Hills. She was like, I like what you got. She was like, let's have a meeting. They sat me down. There was a bunch of white people with all these cool wine glasses and 18 forks per glass, like all the bullshit. They're coaxing me, patting my balls a little bit. Derek, we love you. So bye. We love the biscuit. Get all that horse bull, all that shit. But we really think you can act. And, you should act because I see what you do with your sets, man. And you could act. And I was like, all right, whatever. So what I got to do to act? You got to start coming to L.A., man. I was like, oh, fuck. So that's going back and forth to L.A. I start picking up little gigs, and then I got some bigger gigs. And then I was like, okay. And then it was like, you're a pretty good actor. And I was like, I guess. Make some money. So, yeah. So I've been doing it. So I've been getting exciting roles to try to, So when I got the King of Staten Island, me and Pete had already been buddies. But he was like, you got to knock it out or you won't get it. So I was like, okay. Because he wasn't like, you're just going to get it because you're my friend. No, he made sure you could, because what's the name? Judd was in the room when I auditioned.
Who's that? What?
Judd Apatow.
Judd Apatow.
Oh. Judd was in the room. It was them two.
Yeah.
All right, do the scene. I was like, fuck. And I was just like, turn up. And then, because I used all that comedy, all that the acting, all the broke-ass game shows and the Will and Graces and all the little goofy shows I was doing. Last OG, I just used that to, just to have that Kevin Hart moment in 40-Year-Old Virgin and try to knock it out the park. And I think it worked out, so it was good.
Yeah, and in a major motion picture, I'm sure they're not going to, give you a role just because you're buddies. Like,
nah,
you still got to.
Not on Universal. The Universal thing comes over, you be like, God damn, it's a real movie. Yeah, I was like, I'm in one of them. Oh, yeah, I'm glad I didn't fuck around. Yeah.
Did you ever use that as, street cred, at a bar when you're talking to a girl?
No,
I was in,
you have to understand. Yeah, I was in the movie, but they all love Pete. I'm just glad I got a little money, got a little notoriety, whatever. I'm doing a shitload of podcasts in the pandemic. The movie came out while the world was shut down, so it was like I got all the luster taken out of it. So it was like it was kind of a humbling moment. Like, yeah, you in a movie, but don't nobody give a fuck. they around here hustling for toilet paper. Maybe next year, nigga. Like, it's just like you got to kind of. I had to kind of just talk to myself tough. Like, yeah, man, you're in one, but now try to get another one so you can get all the luster back.
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you this much, man. When I was watching the movie, I was like, oh, shit, it's Derek Gaines. Fucking yeah.
I'll fuck around. Thanks, man. Making me feel good.
Yeah.
Did you and Pete have some close calls in the fight or no?
No, he was cool. I punched him for real.
That's what I'm saying. That's a close call.
Yeah, I punched him, but he was like, keep acting fuck face. Because I was like, oh, shit, I really mean to hit you. Because I remember from other things I've done that, you got to fake it all. Like, I remember I had an empty gun. I was doing, Training Day had a show. Remember that? And then Bill Paxton croaked. Rest in peace. But on Training Day, I was a thief. And there was a scene where I had to rob two old, rich white people, right? And I had the gun, but it had no clip in it. There was no bullet. And I put it on her knee just to, to act. And she spazzed the fuck out. No, metal to the skin. You can't. Right. So I was like, oh. So I thought it was like an actor's code. And then the gun dude came up. You got to have the gun 2 inches away from her kneecap and all this bullshit. So I was like, oh. So I was like, you really can't be really, physical. But then when I hit Pete, just keep acting. It was a good take. And Joe was like, yeah, it was a great take. Blah, blah. So don't second guess yourself, I guess. But that's why I did that.
What's the thing?
Yeah, so you're not allowed to...
The gun, when I had this, it was a real gun, but it had no clip. It was a skeleton, right?
Yeah.
So on camera, it looks pretty nice, but it was a dud. So I had the gun on her kneecap. Said, I'll shoot your wife in the leg or whatever, right? So she spazzes out. So the gun guy comes up, Hollywood regulation man, rule nigga.
Yeah.
Rule nigga came up. It was like, you can't have the gun. You got to have it 2 inches away for television. You got to have the gun 2 inches away from the actor or something.
What if they have a scene where they need it pressed up against you?
I don't know. I
Well,
guess
that's a different...
fix it in
you
post.
need a different guy to come yell at you. Yeah.
Okay.
That's from smoke. That's not COVID. I coughed, but it's from smoking.